what's up? Welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a full body workout. You're not going to need any equipment to get this done, but if you do have like a single dumbbell, kettlebell, or some loop bands for your legs, feel free to go ahead and grab those and I'll let you know how you can utilize those to take up the intensity a bit. Alright, so today's workout is going to consist of a warm-up. We're going to go through 2 circuits. Each circuit is made up of 3 exercises. We're going to do each exercise for 40 seconds, rest 20. We're going to rest 1 minute after each completed round. Now, I know I just gave you the work to rest ratios, but move at your own pace. Take as much rest as you need today to get through the workout with optimal quality. Don't try and push it and then give me sloppy form, because that's doing nobody that much good anyways. Alright guys, so I'll stop talking now. Let's go ahead and jump into the warm-up and then we'll get moving. Alright, we're going to start off today's warm-up with some neck circles, so go ahead and roll those shoulders back. We'll go 3 circles each direction. Make them big, take your time. We're not in a hurry here. There we go, there's 3. Go ahead and take it around the other way. There we go. Next, we're going to take 1 foot out in front of us. Keep your weight on this back leg. Shift your hips back. Reach to the floor. Sweep the ground. Come all the way up. Pull it down. Here we go. We're going to do 6 of these and then switch sides. Stretch out. You should feel a big stretch behind the hamstring of the front leg. So right in there. Here we go, switch sides. Weights on the back leg. You're going to feel the stretch in the back of the front leg. Doing 6. There we go. Next, we'll bring it down to the floor. Place your hands on the floor, fingers turned back towards you. We're just going to rock back and forth. We'll be doing some push-ups and some work on our hands today, so we want to make sure our wrists are ready to go for that. You can stay on your toes too. Prime the bottoms of your feet. Stretch everything out down there. Do a little 2 for 1. Here we go. Go ahead and turn your fingers forward. We'll rock forward. Getting those wrists ready, because they will be loaded a bit today. Alright, next, take 1 arm. Let's start with the right side. Go ahead and thread it under your chest, drop your shoulder and head to the floor. Take a breath. We'll switch sides. Let's go 6 each way. Alright, from here we'll go into some bird dogs. You'll see these again later in the workout. We're going to do 5 on each side. Go ahead and reach out, get nice and long, and switch. There we go. From here, you're gonna push your hips up and back, bring yourself into a downward dog. Go ahead and just pedal out your feet. Get a good stretch in the calf and hamstring. There we go. From there, go ahead and walk your hands up towards your feet. Roll up your spine. Here we go. All right. That was our quick warm up. I'm going to take you through the exercises so you get to see them before we start our timed intervals. So first, we're going to do an in-out squat jump. So what we're going to do, stand up nice and tall. You're going to start in a narrow stance. Sit back into your squat, jump, open up, wide squat. And we'll be going back and forth between this in and out wide squat for 40 seconds. As a modification, we'll be here, narrow squat, come up, step out, side squat. So maybe your knees aren't ready for jumping, you're right here. All right, then we'll bring it down to the floor. We'll start in our push-up position. Make sure you're squeezing those glutes so your back isn't arching too much. We're here, tucking our tailbone. Lower down to the floor for your push-up. Lift your hands. Reach out far in front of you. Pull it back. Press all the way up to the top. And keep going. Remember, we're doing each move for 40 seconds, 20 seconds of rest. As a modification, we're right here, still squeezing those glutes, just knees on the floor. Push up, down, lift the hands, and it's the same thing. Trying to keep your arms above the floor, squeezing your upper middle back. Here we go. And last exercise of the circuit, we're gonna do a V-sit. So all we're gonna do, stay long through our spine, keep our chest tall, our neck long. We're gonna lift our legs, keep a good 90 degree. If you wanna take it up, you can keep those legs nice and straight. I'm gonna hang out here today. We'll hold this for 40 seconds. If your back isn't feeling that, you can come down to the floor, bring your legs up to 90 just like we had them. Think about pushing your arms and back into the floor. From here, hold that tension in your belly, and you're gonna extend, you're gonna alternate each side. 40 seconds. Amen. Trying to maintain that tension. You don't want your back to peel and your pelvis to roll off the floor. Try and keep everything pulled down. All right, so that's our circuit. We're gonna go through that for 3 rounds, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds of rest, 1 minute of rest between each round. All right, guys, let's knock this out. All right, so as I said before, you can go ahead and grab that weight. I have my band on for this first round. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We have our in and out squat jumps right here. We're going 40 seconds. Make sure we're staying long through our spine. We're not rounding out our back at all. Keeping that chest up nice and proud. Remember, if you need that modification, we're right here. Step out, in. Here we go. Almost done. We got about 10 seconds. There we go. All right, if you have your band on, you can go ahead and keep it on. Won't make too big of a difference. Go ahead and rest. We got 10 seconds. Get ready. We got push-ups coming up next. Here we go. Lift those hands. Reach. Pull it back. And remember, if you need to modify, right here off the knees. All right, one more exercise. We got our V-sit. Almost there, we got a few seconds of rest. Get ready, staying long through our spine. We're not collapsing back. Staying strong through our core right here. Make sure you're breathing. We don't want to hold our breath. There we go. All right, we've made it. Go ahead and take 1 minute of rest right here, and then we'll jump back into it. Do this for another 3 to 4 rounds, and we'll move on to our next circuit. So go ahead and pause the video right now. Go through this circuit for however many rounds you plan to. I'm gonna go ahead and demo the next 3 exercises. Let's go. All right, guys, let's keep the ball rolling on to circuit 2. It's gonna be a different 3 exercises with the same time protocol. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest, a minute rest after each completed round. All right, first off, I'm gonna demo this with a weight. If you have it, go ahead and use it. If you feel it's too difficult, you can always scale it back. All right, our first exercise is gonna be a drop lunge. So you're gonna start nice and tall. We're not rounding out at the back if we're holding a weight or not. We're always pulling those shoulder blades down and back, keeping your chest up tall. All right, so from here, we'll drop back, lunge. And you're basically just gonna hop back into a reverse lunge. Now, if you're not jumping today, or if you have knee issues or anything like that going on, right here, alternating reverse lunge without weight. You can hold on to a chair if you need to. There's always a way, guys. Whatever modification works for you. All right. Then we'll move on down to the floor. You saw this in the warm-up. We're gonna be doing bird dogs. Right here, hands and knees, all fours. Reach out, opposite arm, opposite leg. Get nice and long. We'll be alternating here for 40 seconds. Now, if you want to take this one up a bit, you can do that by coming into a hover. You can hold this hover right here. It's gonna be hard enough, I promise. If you want to take this up even further, try that bird dog while keeping your hands or your knees off the floor. Right here. Trying to stay as level as possible the entire time. All right, and last, we have our crossbody mountain climbers. So we're right here back in that tall plank position. You're gonna drive your knee up towards your opposite elbow. And we'll alternate right here, hopping in and out of that. As a modification, just slow it down. Right here, take that hop out. If you need to modify further, you can put your hands on an elevated surface, being a table, stable chair, desk, whatever you have available to you. An elevated surface is gonna make that a little bit easier. All right, let's go ahead and get ready and we'll jump right in. All right, guys, go ahead and get ready. We're gonna start in about 10 seconds. Grab that weight if you're gonna use it. Remember, high and tight up at the chest, shoulders down and back. 3, 2, 1, here we go. All right, go ahead and put that weight aside if you're using it. We'll bring it down to all fours for bird dogs. Remember, you can scale this up or down depending on how you're feeling today. Here we go. This is the first modification. Hands and knees on the floor. I'm gonna take it up. Bring my knees to a hover here, just hold it. You want to try and keep your hips and your head about the same height. You don't want your hips to be way up here. Right here, just hold it. Focus on your breathing. I'm going to give it a go. Remove the hands and feet. Reach out. Get nice and long. See if I can get one more. There we go. All right. Last exercise, we have that crossbody mountain climber. We're trying to keep a fast pace. If you need to slow down, I'd rather you slow down than stop completely. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, 1 minute rest right here. Keep rolling through that for another 3 to 4 rounds. All right guys, good luck. I'll see you for the cool down. All right guys, we made it through the workout. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're gonna cool down just a bit before I let you go, or you can go whenever you want, but I suggest cooling down. All right, go ahead and lay down on your back. Take your arms out to a T. Take a big breath in, fill your belly with air. And just drop your knees over to the side. Exhale. Try and keep your shoulders down to the floor. Big breath in. And other way. We'll go one more each side. There we go. From there, go ahead and flip over to your knees. Take your knees out just a bit wider than hip width. Sit your hips back into your heels. Go ahead and walk your hands out far in front of you. Really push into the floor through your fingertips. Think about creating that stretch right here under your armpits. And just take a few big breaths for me. In and out, fill your belly with air. Think about expanding your rib cage, using that breath to deepen the stretch. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the right side. Think about sitting your left hip back into that heel. Push into the floor through that left side. You should really feel that stretch underneath this armpit. Breathe into the stretch, expand that left side of your cage. There we go. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the left side. Sit your right hip back into the right heel, push into the floor through that right hand. Open up and expand your side body. Breathe into the stretch. Next, let's go ahead and come into a half kneeling position right here. Push into the floor through your feet. Think about tucking your tailbone underneath you. You should really feel a stretch on the front side of that down leg. Stay nice and tall. Keep that tailbone tucked. I'm not extending my back right here. I'm focusing on getting extension through my hips to create that stretch. Just breathe into it for a few moments right here. There we go. From here, go ahead and extend that front leg. I want you to hinge at the hips. We're not rounding out the back. Hinge at the hips. Create that stretch right in here. Take a few big breaths. You can move that ankle around too to explore that range of motion. Use your breath to help you through these. I know it can be a little intense depending on your situation. Just breathe through the tension. Open up your body. If anything ever feels painful, go ahead and scale it back. Of course, you don't want to push into pain, but you will feel a little mild discomfort. All right, go ahead and switch that up on the other side. We're pushing our feet into the floor, tuck that tailbone, create that stretch right in here. Sit tall, take a few big breaths. Alright, same thing, keep that front leg out, hinge at the hips, keep that spine long, stretch out that hamstring, you can move your ankle around, see, explore your calf mobility. Think about turning your hips and poking your tailbone out. That's going to help you deepen the stretch rather than keeping everything tucked right here. Alright guys, go ahead and flip over to your back. We'll finish right here. You can keep your legs extended if you want, or bent if that feels better. I want you to just take a few big breaths. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank yourself for putting in all this hard work today. It's going to pay off. Just keep with it. And if you fall off, get back on track guys. That progress compounds over time, so just don't stop your journey. Just keep yourself on the bus and keep moving forward. Alright, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave me some feedback down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.